Okay, we're back from E3, so it's video time. And I gotta say that this is an amazing graphic that I think everybody should see. Big props to this gentleman right here, CHSSR97 on Twitter, Reddit, and on Discord. And this is, quite simply, a Grand Arena team tier list. Now, this is almost going to be an identical video than what I made a couple of weeks ago with Darth Microtransaction. Link to that video is up here in the top right-hand corner where I say about the top 15 teams for Grand Arena. And the game is shifting this way. They said that they want to move away from Squad Arena and they're going to go towards this Grand Arena Championships. And I really am looking forward to that. I had a little bit of a problem with Grand Arena because I had gone very broad and the matchmaking didn't seem that favorable, but they're saying it's going to be great. I'm hoping so. I bumped into a lot of people at E3. 4 people came up to me and said, "Are you MobileGamer?" 3 of them had a lot of the same issues that I had with the game, and the conversations were very good about, like, is this game going to be around for a couple more years? I've gone broad and I don't like this. And, where do you think the game is going? Everybody had the same. And we're talking about people that have like 4.5 million GPs were coming up to me and talking to them. But anyways, Tier S, which is going to be the best teams. And no secret here, Sith Empire. And Sith Empire should be put on defense because if they can't beat your Sith Empire, it's an auto win. This is like an auto win situation, especially if you've got Malik and your opponent doesn't have a way of beating Malik. Now, I'm going to reference you to a video put up by T-Money and Operation Metaverse up here in the top right-hand corner where there is a way of beating Malik with Jedi Knight Revan, and it is beautiful. It works very well, but it requires using these characters right here without General Kenobi and using Thrawn. And General Kenobi is probably going to get put on a Padme team anyways nowadays. And the thing I like about this tier list, which I've got blown up, is on the far side, it has this plug and play right here of Nest, Thrawn, Wampa, Hermit Yoda, yes, I 100% agree. Those characters can go anywhere. There's many teams where just adding Nest or even Barriss will make the team quite a bit better. But if you're struggling against Malik, be sure to watch the video because using Jedi Knight Revan, Jolee, Grandmaster Yoda, Bastila, and Thrawn, I haven't lost personally using the strategy that she puts up in that video. So these are going to be, of course, the top 2 tier teams, without a doubt. Now, in tier 1, of course, we've got the trio CLS, but I want to talk about Padme and General Grievous. I am putting all of my resources currently into these 2. General Grievous, when Gear 13 comes out, is going to be way better. I'm just calling it right now. Grievous could get bumped up. And then Padme also, it strongly feels like there's one character missing. And if there's another character introduced to the game, maybe it's a Master Kenobi or something like that, like a new Kenobi. But I think there's one character away on Padme also being boosted into this next tier over here with the Revans. So I am putting all of my resources currently, because, I have these 2 teams maxed out, into Padme and Grievous. I highly suggest putting Grievous on defense. I've had incredible luck with Grievous on defense and just cleaning up for me. CLS is a hard counter to Grievous, and Padme right now, Empires is a counter to, I don't know if it's a hard counter, but CLS definitely counters Separatist droids and Grievous, and Palpatine Empire team definitely counters Galactic Republic. But I just think Gear 13 for General Grievous and maybe one more character for the Galactic Republic is going to put them over the top. Over here, we've got the trio and CLS. Yes, I use those on offense, and they definitely work well on offense to clear away Bosk or any team, really. They pretty much can beat any team. And actually, there's ways of clearing with Rebels. Some of these higher teams are here, like Jedi Knight Revan, definitely can be taken out with either of these teams done correctly. Coin flip. Individual results may vary, and I have to suggest mods. I highly recommending using the Grand Ivory app well, it's not an app. It's the website you use on your browser to modify your mods. It'll take like 3 hours, though. It's just a real hassle. And then this right here, I'm not so sure. I mean, Nightsisters are important. I don't know if I would put Nightsisters right here or on the tier 2, but Nightsisters, either Asajj lead or Talzin, or putting in Nest in here makes the Nightsisters quite well. I personally like using Nightsisters on offense. The AI, the opposing team, doesn't seem to know what to do with Nightsisters. Now, tier 2, First Order. First Order might even be dropping into tier 3, but it's been a staple for a long time. These 5 right here, I think everybody on the planet has been using First Order. And the Bounty Hunters, specifically with Bosk. The Jango Fett's a little bit better. And then now we're getting Old Republic with Karth Zeta is quite amazing. Now, where you put Zalbar is up for the debate. You could put Zalbar either on Old Republic or on the Scoundrels team. Empire, I personally use Empire on offense, especially if I'm going to come up against Padme. And then this team right here, the Scoundrels team, with Zalbar, and some people even will put Nest on this team here instead of Mission, but with L3 and Vandor, this is a nightmare team also to beat, probably one of the best teams in the game. Empire and Trio can counter it, but it's a very good defensive team, kind of a staple. Link to that up there in the top right-hand corner. Okay, no more linking to the videos, but there's a lot of stuff in this sheet that is very important. And then Resistance, I use Resistance on offense. This is kind of fallen out of favor, and where a lot of debate comes up with Resistance is where do you use the droids? The droids, I like using droids on CLS, but, on the CLS-led team, but sometimes that's overkill because these droids can be used on Padme teams, Resistance, CLS, a lot of different places that they can go. So where you place them is kind of critical. Now, I am not using Bastila with Jedi right now because all the Jedi has kind of gotten split up with Padme. If you're not running Padme or if you don't have Padme, yes, Bastila is still an option on this list, but Padme is just quite a bit better. And, she's sucking up a lot of the critical Jedi, especially General Kenobi, which for traditionally has been placed on Jedi Knight Revan team. But these teams are both so good. I think a lot of people have abandoned using Bastila lead, because Bastila can go under Jedi Knight Revan. Jolie should definitely be under Jedi Knight Revan. All of these things. And Ezra, I just want to say Ezra works well if you're going to be using Jedi Knight Revan on offense. I would highly suggest using Ezra if you're going on offense, especially if you're going to have a mirror match of Jedi Knight Revan versus Jedi Knight Revan. Now, from the rest of this list here, kind of gets murky, and it's really up what you want to use. I've had mixed results with Ewoks. Modded correctly, they can do very well, and they can counter First Order. I just mod my Ewoks with average mods and throw them on defense, and sometimes they hold up, and sometimes they do. Imperial Troopers, great on offense. If you can get them fast enough, they can clear through bounty hunters. Sith, again, this is a team right here where if you're running Empire and or Darth Revan, largely this team falls apart. So I'm not using this team. I just don't have strong enough characters to do this because, you've got to use Sith Trooper potentially there. I like using Sith and Trooper and all the rest of my Sith Empire on that team. Or, you could use the Empire right there, Sith Trooper. And so by the time that you've done that, Maul is largely just split apart, and I ended up putting Maul on defense. Now, Gear 13 is going to change so many things because they mentioned specifically Maul getting quite a bit of a protection boost. We're going to see how that good. Wigs with the Rebels, again, offense. Sometimes you can get a win with offense with these guys right here. However, I typically put Chage and Wedge on top of a Rogue One. Now, I do not recommend Phoenix on defense because a single character like Wampa can run through them, and I believe Ezra should always be put on another team. I would not put Ezra on this team. In fact, I'm not currently recommending using Phoenix on defense at all. Rogue One can be used on defense. I put this team on defense. It never holds. It's pretty easy to get through. It's just there, I guess. It's an honorable mention. Now, waiting placement. The clones. I'm thinking the clones are going to fall in this tier 3, tier 2, somewhere in the middle. The clones. I personally think that there's another clone coming to the game that is going to make them better, but right now they are definitely same thing here on Nute Gunray. We're waiting reworks on the Geonosis, and they have announced that they're going to have reworks, and so we're going to have to see how that plays out. Again, I hope that they're, up here, somewhere in between tier 1 and tier 2, but right now, this is really not a viable team currently on offense unless you just happen to have all of them gear 12. I think a lot of people do have the Geonosis at gear 12 because of the ships, and then we're going to be getting the Brood Alpha, and we'll see how that plays out with the rewards and the territory battles, the new maps, the territory battles. We will see, but they've kind of hinted that this was going to be that these two teams here are probably going to be more geared towards the Geonosis territory battles maps, but we're going to have to see. And then lastly, plug and play. Again, big shout out to the gentleman that made this sheet. Like I said, there's not really a lot up for debate. I know Warrior pretty much blessed this list, and so did Arnold. And, if you look at my top 15 video I made a couple weeks ago, it's pretty much this list. I think it all comes down to mods. Again, I said, I highly suggest running taking 3-4 hours and using Grand Ivory and getting your mods optimized. It's just really time consuming. All right, guys, now it's time for the giveaway. Really hope you liked this video today, because if you did, you are in luck. For every single person that likes this video, you will be getting for free in your account an 8-star Lego Grievous. This is not a scam. Yeah, I saw the new Lego video game coming out at E3. I guess it's coming out in 2020. Is that something you guys are interested in? Is Lego Star Wars? I mean, I've been searching around YouTube, and it looks like a lot of people play this Lego Star Wars. It just never occurred to me that this was like a real thing, Lego Star Wars. All right, guys, thanks for watching. Keep on gaming.